Hello guys and welcome to my channel. So for my first video I am going to be using Crayola air dry clay to make a dragon. Who doesn't love a dragon? Like, if you love fantasy, you obviously love dragons, and I love fantasy and I love dragons. So I wanted to try to sculpt one. It's not gonna be a four-limbed dragon because I'm not an expert sculptor. That's a little high class, but I'm gonna make like an Asian style dragon. It sort of resembles a snake, so I hope you join me. Let's get to it. The first step in making the dragon is making an armature out of aluminum foil. This saves us clay, which in turn saves us money, and it's also a good base to start building your shape on. As you can see from the shape, I'm not making a four-legged dragon. I don't think I or my clay could sustain that. So instead, I'm going for an Asian style snake-like dragon, and I wanted it to have curves and twist as much as I could put in it. So now we have the armature in the shape roughly that we want, and we have the headpiece, which I feel like might be a little too big, but we'll figure it out, okay? My choice of clay on this was the Crayola air dry clay, which is an earth-based clay. However, I would not recommend it for something like this, especially something that twists, because there was a lot of cracking. I made my layers thin in the beginning, but even when I bulked them up, there was still a lot of cracking, especially on the curves. So I would recommend polymer clay or a paper-based air dry clay.
You want to make sure you add clay where the armature is showing. You want to make sure that you have an even coat of clay that is thick enough, or else your armature is going to break through, and this clay especially is going to crack. I've had to go through that. I'm speaking from experience.
I totally forgot to bring water. Oh my god. After I had bulked up and blocked out most of the dragon shape, I went in to smooth it and also to add more clay to the tail. Oh, the tail. Oh my god, the tail. But I added more clay to the tail because I wasn't completely happy with the shape. So, yeah.
Now, is this going to be a pop type musical or a street musical?
I am done smoothing it out. It is smooth, it is luscious, delicious, it is, wow, beautiful. The tail, I added clay to the tail because it was not it. So it's a little bit weak. You don't want to touch it too much because there's no armature in it to keep it stable. So it's a wee bit weak, but that's alright. Here I started working on the head, and I had a lot of the aluminum foil removed because I realized that it was too big, and when I added clay on it, it would enlarge the size and it would be disproportionate to the body. So I removed a lot of the aluminum foil and worked on it on a smaller scale. Now, if you're looking at this and you're like,
That doesn't look like a dragon. That looks like a weird bird alien.
you're not the only one. I also thought that. So this head was actually scrapped and I restarted and I made a new head without the armature, which I like a lot better. I still do have this head saved. I don't know what I will use it for, but it's there. This was the second head that I made. I wasn't super happy with it either, so I remade a new one. This was the final head that I made, and I liked it a lot better. Honestly, I should have connected the pieces the day before, but this was after I had taken a 1-day break, and now the clay was like partially dry and it was a mess. But we got through it though, we got through it, so. After managing to completely smash and break my tail, I couldn't get the tip better, so I gave up on it and just decided to work on the details. Next, in the big book of mistakes, the horns. They managed to crack my head because I didn't put them in when the clay was soft and able to take them. What I did on the tail was just make cylinders of clay, flatten them, and then sandwich the horns on them. So much has happened with this dragon. It was just a roller coaster ride, but like I lost my footage. Something happened with my SD card and all the detail work that I did got lost, but it doesn't even matter because the details didn't stay in the end because this dragon cracked so much. I cracked it, it cracked by its own, like it was just a whole lot of cracking and breaking. The body was cracked, the face cracked, I accidentally smushed it and literally had to rebuild the entire thing. I have been working on this dragon for months, but I lost my footage and I can't show you any of that. And like at one point I was just like, okay, I'm not even gonna record it. That was when I had to rebuild the entire dragon. I was like, I'm not gonna record it, I'm just gonna fix it, get my pictures, and just let me end it right there. So maybe this is something that I'll revisit in the future, but for right now, what you see is what you get. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video.